with the exact same thing here. An incredible night for Blue Jays fans, no doubt about it. This place is obviously going to be sold out. The electricity is incredible as we get set to see the Blue Jays host a World Series game for the first time in 32 years. It'll be the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers here in Game 1 of the World Series. Fans have been paying big bucks to get inside to watch this game. We know that fans have been coming from across the country. I talked to one man from Alberta about his tickets and how he was able to score his tickets. He says he got them face value, but only because he called up and agreed to buy season's tickets for next year. He was able to get tickets to be in here today for this game. He lives in Alberta. He lives around Edmonton. I'm not sure how valuable those season's tickets are going to be for next season. He is certainly going to have to make a few trips back to Toronto next year to make good use of those season's tickets. But that's just what we've been hearing. Stories like that from all over the country. Fans coming in from PEI, Newfoundland, from BC, Alberta, everywhere across this country. We talked to three boys from Antigonish, Nova Scotia, who drove in overnight. They left at 7 o'clock last night, drove through the night to get here for this game today. No sleep. One of them skipping an exam at St. FX to be here for this game. And here's the kicker to this, Dwight. They didn't actually have tickets. They just showed up here hoping that they could find some tickets. They were only each able to spend $600 to get tickets, and they said, when I talked to them, they couldn't find anything at that price. Tickets were much more expensive, even if you have some of the standing room seats here around the Rogers Centre for this Game 1 here tonight. An incredible pitching matchup. Blake Snell for the Dodgers, who is a perfect 3-0 so far in this postseason, will go against the 22-year-old sensation for the Toronto Blue Jays, Trey Savage, getting the start in Game 1. That's an incredible story in itself. Just the fact that Trey Savage is only pitching in his seventh career Major League start. He's only been in the majors for about a month. The kid is in sensation. If you look around the stands here, you will see people already with Trey Savage jerseys in the stands. It's just incredible here, Dwight. These fans are excited. They're pumped. It is Game 1 of the World Series. The Blue Jays are 4 wins away from their first World Series championship since 1993.
One of the best parts of this, Greg, you're absolutely correct, is seeing all the people from different parts of our country descend on Toronto for this World Series. Thank you, buddy. We'll chat back with you later. Things are heating up in Rogers Centre and at the official watch parties right across Canada. Ali Shio-san is at one at City Hall at Nathan Phillips Square, where crowds of fans will gather to cheer on the Jays. And Ali, first pitch in about 90 minutes. How's the atmosphere where you are?
So the atmosphere is still building. As you can see, we are at Nathan Phillips Square, which is also the Bird's Nest. So the people who got here, they are the diehard fans. Like I've been saying, they wanted to get the good seats to watch the screen. So Nathan Phillips Square here is actually going to be showing all of the World Series games. Sure, it's not quite full with fans yet. I think people might be still busy at their unofficial pre-parties before they get to the official watch party here outside of City Hall. You know those diehard fans we've been talking about? We just spoke to one. Her name is, Mayor Olivia Chow. When we first met today, she was like, Ali, where's your team spirit? Realizing I didn't have my Jays hat on or a jersey or anything. She already came wearing a jersey, and I thought, I better go get my hat. And she goes, mine might be a little better. Here's how that went. 100%. Okay, eat your heart out. What do we have here? Ooh, is that an original?
It is a total original, 1993.
You're already the mayor of an amazing city. What's it like to be the mayor when the Blue Jays are in the World Series?
Just immensely proud.
So how do you think we're going to do? I mean, the Dodgers are a tough team.
Well, Yankees who? Why? Dodgers what? Huh? Let's go, Blue Jays! Woo!
You heard it here. It's official now. The mayor has spoken. So as for the folks here at Nathan Phillips Square getting ready to watch the game here, there are rumors of a Game 2 ticket giveaway happening. So a lot of people are here trying to scope out anything they can find about that. I don't have any news to report about that, so we will all kind of have to wait and see. Let's talk to some more fans, shall we? Why did you want to come down to Nathan Phillips Square to watch the game tonight?
I mean, it's part of history, right? They haven't been back since in like 32 years, and my friend introduced me to the Blue Jays. I wasn't really like a fan like that, so it's like, you know, it's part of the experience.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a bandwagon fan and a light.
No, wait, not bandwagon now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lifelong fan and a bandwagon. No.
Not a bandwagon fan.
No, let's set the record
for
straight.
For a couple years, I've been a fan now. Okay.
So what has it been like for you guys to watch them do so well? What a stretch.
It's been incredible. You know, I didn't have that great of hopes in the beginning of the year, so it's been great getting the journey, getting the whole thing. You know, coming from last year to first now has been incredible. I would never have even imagined it. So
it's amazing to watch the games, of course, but also to see the vibe and energy in the city. What do you think about that?
Oh my God, it's just so nice to see everybody in their blues, you know, and just like having that team spirit and like that. Also, like I feel like it also brought Canadians together. Like we finally have something that we can all like go behind. You know what I mean? Like
Canada's team, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Can we get a little Go Jays Go just for good luck?
go Jays, go!
Go Jays, go!
See? Atmosphere. It's building. We're getting close to Game 1. Back to you guys.
Ali Chiasson at the watch party at Nathan Phillips Square. Thank you, Ali. Grab your chair and head down there to join us. It's going to be fun tonight. We're going to continue with some pre-game analysis. CBC's Paul McGowan is here with us. Paul is a lifelong Jays fan. He's also with CBC Sports. Let's talk about what people are really excited about, Bo Bichette. One of the best players in baseball. He's on our team, but hasn't been playing throughout these playoffs. There's a chance that he may be back tonight.
He's back, and he's in the starting lineup tonight. Playing position he's not used to playing. We're used to seeing Bo at shortstop. He's playing second base tonight to give that knee a little bit of a break. It's a huge deal that he's back. One of the Jays' best hitter, gives some protection behind Vladdy. We saw Seattle walk Vladdy intentionally a couple of times.
Yes.
Less likely to see that with Bo Bichette hitting behind him. So we'll see what Bo can give the Blue Jays on that injured knee. But I think it's a huge boost to the team to see him back and contributing.
Let's talk about this young pitcher. Not long ago, this kid was in the minors. He was pitching to maybe 10 people, maybe a couple of hundred in the stands if he's lucky. He's got thousands in there tonight. He's pitching in Game 1 of the World Series when just a short time ago, he was a minor leaguer.
He was a minor leaguer. And, you know, there was a conversation a few minutes ago with Trey Savage's pitching coach who said, Trey's been the same guy all the way through. It doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter the accolades. He's been Mr. Consistent at every level. And I think he's ready for this. We've seen him step in at every juncture here.
How are you
and
ready?
Get it done.
7 games into your career, and you're in the World Series. I mean, don't you need experience to get that kind of control, to be able to control your emotions? Like, this is a really big deal for this 22-year-old.
Oh, it's a huge deal. But sometimes we see this with rookies.
Yeah.
Ken Dryden,
That's
right?
true.
Leading
That's
the Montreal
right.
Canadiens.
He was calm, cool, and collected from day one.
Sometimes you don't know how big the moment is because you haven't been around long enough to know that you might not be back. Not to say that you won't be back, but that you might not be back. And Trey Savage, I think he's got the right perspective. He said he talked to Kevin Gossman about the fact that this is the deepest Kevin Gossman has been in a very long career.
Yes.
Trey Savage, I think, is appreciative of the moment and not letting it get too big for him.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to keep talking to you about our Jays. And you gave me a prediction earlier. You said?
I said Jays in 6.
All right, I'm saying Jays in 7, but we're going to do it. Thank you, Paul. We'll talk to you a little later. CBC's Paul McGowan. Now, if you're watching Game 1 and Game 2 in the U.S., you'll probably see this ad running during the commercial break.
Trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars.
That is, of course, U.S. President Ronald Reagan speaking against tariffs back in 1987 in a radio address. The ad was created and paid for by the Ontario government, and it's not sitting well with the current president. Donald Trump has called off trade talks with Canada, blaming the ad as the reason. Now, Ontario Premier Doug Ford says he'll be pulling the ad on Monday. The Prime Minister is on his way to Asia for summits where he will likely cross paths with Donald Trump. Here's what Mark Carney had to say before his departure.
We can't control the trade policy of the United States. We recognize that that policy has fundamentally changed from the policy in the 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. And it's a situation where the United States has tariffs against every one of their trading partners to different degrees. And it's in that context that our officials, my colleagues, have been working with their American colleagues on detailed, constructive negotiations, discussions on specific transactions, specific sectors, steel, aluminum, and energy. And a lot of progress has been made.
Peter Armstrong, hosting Power and Politics today, has been following the latest developments for us. So, Peter, what has been the reaction to all of this?
Can I just say, Dwight, it's wildly unfair that you're there covering the poetry and the romanticism of the anticipation of Game 1 of the World Series. And here I am in the murky, volatile waters of trade negotiations. But listen, there's some crossover, right? The Los Angeles Dodgers have left California to come to Canada to talk about, to play in Game 1. When they left, Governor Gavin Newsom took to Twitter to amplify the message that Doug Ford was putting out there of Ronald Reagan and of the unfairness of tariffs and how it's bad for us all, and that when our two great nations work together, it's good for everybody. Now, that, of course, set off Donald Trump. It didn't initially, right? He initially came out and said, I would have done the same thing. He kind of almost insinuated that he liked the ad. And then after the Reagan Foundation said some stuff last night, he sent out a post saying he's terminating all talks. And so that's where we are now. Talks are off. Talks are not ongoing. Carney says, hey, call us when you want to talk. And we're ready for it. But it speaks to the kind of volatile nature of these past 6 months, maybe more, of these on-again, off-again tariffs and trade wars. It's difficult. It is very hard for this administration. It is very hard for the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister's office, to try to figure out how to navigate this administration. If you had to choose, would you rather be a nervous Jays fan going into this, or a trade negotiator trying to figure out how to navigate their way through yet another obstacle in the road to trade peace? It's been another weird day, but I think those weird days are becoming more and more common.
Yeah, those are two both very difficult situations. You're absolutely right about that. You said that this is where things are now, Peter. The big question, though, is where do we go from here?
Look, what is happening now is, as you said, Mark Carney's in the air. He's on his way to these two major summits in Asia. While he's there, you've covered these summits before, Dwight. You know what it's like, that they're away from their core teams. They're not getting the whispers in their ear that they necessarily get at home, whether in Washington or in Ottawa. And the back hallways of those summits are a fascinating place where these guys bump into one another. They say hello. They go off into a side room for a bilat. They end up talking. And this could be an opportunity, because it does seem that both Trump and Carney like each other. They seem to have a pretty good relationship. And in a way, had you asked me yesterday morning, I would have said this trip to Asia is this opportunity for Canada to grow its markets and double its trade with non-U.S. partners, all the stuff that they've been talking about. I think now it's a really interesting and really important opportunity for the Prime Minister to reset that tone, that relationship, those trade talks, and how they're structured with the president, just the two of them in a bilateral negotiation. Not a crowded room full of people at the Oval Office in the White House, but maybe just a couple of handlers and the two of them in the back hallways of one of these two summits. And I think if Mark Carney can come out of this meeting with that having happened, it will have been a great success. But the stakes are high, and there's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of trade that's lying in the balance, and it's going to be a tough amount of work.
Peter Armstrong live from our nation's capital tonight. Thank you, Peter. The stage is set here at Rogers Centre. Game 1 of the World Series starts in just over an hour's time. Stick with us as we talk to Canadian Hall of Famer and former Blue Jay. That's coming up next. Stay with us here on CBC News Network.
Anderson got to hurry. And a swing and a fly ball to Refuge. Home run.
Oh, that was so much fun. Those moments brought us to tonight, Game 1 taking place in over an hour. For a look at just how far our Jays have come, let's bring in a member of the original team, Canadian Baseball Hall of Famer Dave McKay. He's also a 3-time World Series winning coach, now on the staff of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Dave, you were on the field when the Jays made their very first pitch back in 1997. As a little boy, I probably watched you play. How does it feel now to see this team back in the World Series today?
It's exciting. I mean, it's really exciting. It certainly wasn't going to happen that year, even though we got off to a pretty good start. But yeah, it's exciting to see this happen for the Toronto Blue Jays again. And I have a lot of course, from being from Canada, I have a lot of friends that are very excited.
Many people see the Jays as the underdog here. You have plenty of World Series experience. How do you view this matchup?
It's a good matchup. I'm excited to watch it. I've been in 7 World Series. There's 2 World Series where we had no chance of winning, they said, and we won. And there's two World Series where we should have walked away with it and we lost. So it's just who's ever playing better at the time. I think there's a good chance tonight for the Blue Jays because the Dodgers had so much time off. They had so much time off.
Yes.
And whether they're going to be real sharp or not, I don't think so. But you know what? They got a guy on the mound, Snell, who we saw him at the end of the season because they're in our division, and he's lights out. He's the real deal.
Yes.
He's not going to give you too much to hit, and we just have to see, because he knows how to pitch.
He is a great pitcher, as you're saying, but one of the things that seems to set this team apart is they say contact is king, and this team seems to make a lot of contact. What is it about this particular Jays squad do you think that sets them apart?
They're a good ball club. I mean, golly, I look at the Guerrero, Kirk, Springer, Varsho. I mean, they've got a few guys that could carry the team all by themselves, just like the Dodgers do. Guerrero can put this team on his back and away he goes like Springer can. And you're right, they're tough outs. They've tried to put the ball in play. They don't try to do too much, and sometimes that can get you in trouble. I think Ohtani, he can get him out. You got to pitch him. You can't make any mistakes. You make a mistake, he might hit it off the CN Tower. He's got that much power, but if you pitch to him, and like you should, and you don't make that mistake, you'll get him out.
If you could give this team one piece of advice tonight, what would it be? Let's finish with that.
You know, it's just I love playoff baseball. I love World Series baseball because you play as a team. You really do. You do whatever it takes to win. I mean, if you go back into the season and you had somebody lead off with a double with nobody out, you'd ground ball to second base to get them over. Well, you're 0 for 1. If you did that 3 times during the season, you're 0 for 3. That's not a good day. But you do in the playoffs, do in the World Series, that's a great day. So numbers are out the door. Everybody's going to play to win and pull for each other and push each other. And that's when you see good baseball being played. And I expect to see good baseball played by both these teams tonight.
I think you're rooting for the right team tonight. I hope you're rooting for our Jays. Dave McKay, a former Blue Jays player, now a coach for the Diamondbacks, hopefully cheering on Toronto fans tonight. Before I let you go, Dave, any predictions on the overall series?
No. I mean, you hear all these people predicting who will win, who won't. Most of the time they're wrong. And so I'm just, I believe it'll be a good series. And I believe when people say there's a huge edge to the Dodgers, we played the Dodgers 13 times and beat them 6 out of the 7 times. And probably should have beat them that one other time too. But they can be beat. They can be beat. And they've had a long time off. Remember that. And
yes,
that's an advantage to the Blue Jays. It's a big advantage to the Blue Jays. It's just Snell. Now he hasn't pitched in a while either, but he's the one guy that can keep this a low-scoring game tonight. And you got that young guy going too, which is it's amazing. He started off in A-ball someplace, and here he is pitching in the World Series. He's pretty
Looking
special.
good.
I watch him. Yeah, he can shut you down, and I think he will. I think there's gonna be a low-scoring game, and the bullpen is going to be the ones that turn it over to somebody.
Former Hall of Famer Dave McKay joining us from Arizona. Thank you so much for this, Dave.
You got it.
Tonight, Adrian Arsenault will also be hosting the National live from right here outside Rogers Center. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern here on CBC News Network. You can also watch at 10 p.m. local time on CBC Television, and of course 10:30 in Newfoundland. The moment our Blue Jays fans have been waiting for, 32 years since they last played in a World Series. It returns to Rogers Center tonight. We're speaking to a former coach next, and of course plenty of fans right here on CBC News Network. Blues fans and Canadians from right across the country, all locked in on what's about to happen right here. In just over an hour, Game 1 of the World Series begins, the first in Toronto in 32 years. Hello, I'm Dwight Drummond. Our special coverage of Game 1 continues this hour right here on CBC News Network. 22-year-old Trey Savage will be on the mound, and in just a few minutes, one of his first coaches will join us live to discuss this historic moment. Our Greg Ross joins us now from outside the stadium. He was just inside. Greg, you've been here pretty much all day. Tell us what the energy has been like around Rogers Center.
Hey, Dwight, let me ask that same question. Dwight's asking, what's the energy like right now outside the Rogers Center? You tell me. What's the All right, these guys. All right, here we go. These guys are all going inside, all from Toronto. Just tell me, except for this guy, he's actually a Toronto guy that lives in New York, but you were cheering for the Jays in that ALDS.
Yeah, I was. We went to Yankee Stadium. We're following them all around. I was born here. I live in New York, but when you're born here, you never forget. Let's go, Blue Jays!
I'm telling you, the energy outside is almost as good as the energy inside. Let's talk about this pitching matchup, though. You got Blake Snell going up against Trey Savage. Does it make you feel nervous when you think about the fact that Blake Snell is 3-0? He's been lights out in the playoffs. He's got an ERA less than 1 right now in this postseason.
Not worried at all. We got a righty stack lineup. I believe in Trey, his genius, and watch out. Jays will win.
He's saying with Trey Savage on the mound for the Blue Jays, the 22-year-old sensation pitching in his 4th postseason game, just the 7th game of his 1-month-old Major League career. The guy's only been around for a month. Dwight, they think that the Blue Jays are going to pull this off.
Fans are right. The Yankees are. Sorry, the Jays are going to pull it off. You should have had that guy from New York do a Yankees lose for us, but we won't do that right now. I digress. The Jays getting a big boost right now, Greg, with the return of Bo Bichette. What kind of difference do you think he's going to make tonight?
Well, let's talk about that. Bo Bichette coming back in the lineup. We're going to get you to do something in a second. We'll get that for you, Dwight. But Bo Bichette back in the lineup for the Blue Jays. It's huge. He's coming in. He's going to play second base. Hasn't played since September 6th because of a sprained knee. He's going to bat cleanup behind Vladdy Guerrero. What kind of a boost did that give you this morning, learning that he's back in the lineup today?
I think it's a huge boost. It's a morale boost for the team. And let's see him clean up spot. Let's see him hit a grand slam tonight, man. That'll bring the whole city and the whole country together.
They're hoping that there's no rust on Bo for Game 1 of the World Series tonight, Dwight. I mean, let's face it, this guy may have been their best hitter all season. Led the team in RBIs despite the fact he missed the final month of the regular season. Led the team in batting average this year. No doubt he is a big boost to the Blue Jays lineup. And you're not worried about that lineup on the other side with Shohei Ohtani. I mean, that is impressive. The guy had 3 homers in a game against the Brewers and 10 strikeouts on the mound. That is pretty intimidating.
Well, he had a great game that time. Time for a letdown. Let's see if we can get him out. He's up first. Let's see what Trey can do. And we want our hat back. We want our hat back.
He wants that Blue Jays hat that the Jays gave him when he was trying to sign that contract. We got to get one thing from you. And you remember what Vladimir Guerrero Jr. said to David Ortiz in the post-game show after the Jays beat the Yankees. What did he say?
I think I recall. The Yankees lose!
There you go, Dwight. I got it for you. He said it.
I love it. Thank you, Greg. All right, so one of the biggest stories of the Blue Jays season is the arrival of our rookie phenom, Trey Savage. He began the season in the lowest level of the minor leagues. By September, he was with our Blue Jays. He made his debut with the team in Tampa, and it was one of the best debuts for a rookie pitcher in Blue Jays history.
Yeah, this is a pretty special opportunity for Trey Savage. You mentioned he just turned 22 in July.
Comes right back with it, and he strikes out Lau on 3 pitches. Got him. Fastball at 96 for strike 3 called. And what a good second inning. Look how excited Dad and the rest of the family are here in Tampa. Third strikeout of the night for Trey Yesavage.
All right, of course, Trey Yesavage will be pitching in Game 1, perhaps using skills that my next guest taught him. Sean Versoni is Trey Yesavage's former pitching coach. He's also the co-owner of the Keystone State Bombers. Yes, that's the baseball team that assists players in training and getting them to that high competitive level. You don't get to a higher competitive level than having one of your kids pitching in the World Series. Rookie pitchers don't pitch Game 1 of the World Series. What is so special about this young man that you used to coach?
I think just his demeanor. You know, he's a very young guy, 22. He's always been the same guy, though, super consistent. We actually nicknamed him the cheat code when he played for us because anytime you entered him in a game, you won the game.
I love
so
it.
He's always been the same guy since he was 15 years old till now, and it's been amazing to witness.
We're talking to his parents here. Great kid, great family. How is he so calm, cool, and collected on the biggest stage there is for the game he plays?
That's a great question. I'm sure you remember one of his quotes when he said, "I'm built for this." And I think he just has that God-given ability to keep the flatline heartbeat and always be the same guy no matter the situation. So I need to ask him for some advice because my heart's beating probably faster than his is, and I'm probably a lot more nervous than he is tonight.
Talk about his hometown, talk about the fans. We got all kinds of Jays fans around Pennsylvania right now because of this young man.
Yeah, Blue Jay Nation has taken over Pennsylvania here, and Trey's from Boyertown, Pennsylvania, and everybody in Pennsylvania is rooting for Trey, and it's been awesome to see. I think the entire United States outside of LA and California is rooting for the Blue Jays.
I think you're right about that, Coach. How did you help Trey? Look at that. I love when we're showing these young. That's him on your team, right?
That's on our team right
All
there,
right.
yeah.
How did you help him work during
There he
these
is,
years
MVP.
with the Bombers? How did you help him work on those pitching skills before he got here to the major leagues?
Yeah, so Trey was always a very talented pitcher when he came to us. He was a hard thrower, big body. I would say we helped Trey with some of the refinement, but really where we help guys the most is we found a home for him at the collegiate level.
Yes.
And one of my colleagues, Frank Cooney, who's our director of college placement, had a big part in placing Trey during his college journey, and I think that's what really propelled him to this level, his journey at East Carolina.
I'm so glad we found him there at East Carolina. When did you know, though, that as an athlete that he was special and he was a bit different from some of the kids on the field? Because he is special.
Yeah, he is special. So after you get to see him for about a year, it's easy to tell Trey was just a bit different. His performances were always the same, super consistent. He never got hit. I remember turning him into some professional organizations saying like, hey, you really got to come look at this guy. He never gets hit. And, you know, we had a handful of draft guys in Trey's class within the organization, and Trey just always stood above them all. So when you got to spend a large quality of time around Trey, it was very evident that he was going to be something special.
Do you think people understand, though, how special this is? That, you know, when you look at this kid, you can't be 7 games into the majors and not only perform this well on top of it.
Yeah, so funny enough, I'm trying to explain this to my wife. It's our 1-year wedding anniversary, so
hold on.
thank you,
When?
Kylie. Yes, today.
Dude,
yeah,
you're a
so
lucky man. You
I'm
got
a
a
very
good wife,
lucky
but
man.
she's
I
not
love
here with you?
Yeah, no, she's not here. She's taking care of our baby, Ace, by the way. So when we came up to Toronto for the first time, we learned that the mascot's name was Ace. So it was an unbelievable experience. He turned around on top of the dugout. But I'm at home last night with my wife trying to explain to her how big of a deal this was. And so to your point, like for Trey to be here, thank you, Kylie, I love you. For Trey to be here today and for me to be afforded this opportunity to come see him, spend some time with him and the family has been unbelievable.
Thank you, Kylie, for letting him come. He's only 22 years old. Did you believe, though, that he would get to be performing at this level this soon?
No, honestly, I don't think that anybody could have predicted this. We always thought he was going to have success at this level. Hopefully, you never know, fingers are crossed, but I think it's a testament to the person that he is, first and foremost, the type of work ethic he has. And again, sometimes things just work out. It's all culminated.
I think he has some great coaches along the way. Come on now.
Yeah, great coaches, great parents, right? Keystone State Bombers. We've built a great network of people and families that have trusted in us and believed in our players. And I think it's just a true testament to the people that we have to to get him here.
If you find any more special ones down there in Pennsylvania, can you save them for our Jays too?
Yes, sir.
Before I let you go, a message for this kid that you used to coach before he prepares to take the mound right here for Game 1.
Trey, I love you, man. Super proud of you. Can't believe the journey you've been on. It's been super fun to watch, and thank you so much for letting us be a small part of your journey.
John Verisoni, appreciate you, man. Thank you for what you did to Trey, and enjoy the game tonight.
Go Jays.
All right,
yes, sir.
Take care. Less than an hour, folks, until first pitch. Let's go back to the watch party at Nathan Phillips Square. Sheehan Desjardins is there for us. Sheehan, how's the atmosphere?
Well, I'm sure you can hear the atmosphere. People are starting to trickle in now. Certainly not a massive crowd yet, but they are loud. And I've had the chance to speak with some people here already. They say that they've been waiting their entire life for this moment. Of course, it's been more than 3 decades since the Jays last won. I also spoke with somebody here tonight that said, you know, they remember, they were in grade 2. They remember what it was like back then, and they are ready to experience it again, maybe a little bit louder this time. Taking this moment right here. Let you look at this for a second here. Sheehan with CBC, what just happened?
They just gave us tickets to the next game tomorrow.
To see it in person?
Yes, in person.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
So you are one of the 500, and Rogers has been handing out tickets, and this was one of the spots. How do you feel getting the tickets?
I feel amazing. I can't wait to watch the Blue Jays play, and I hope they win.
You hope they win. And what about you? How do you feel?
I feel amazed, bro. Like, I want to go so bad. I didn't get tickets. No, I got tickets. Rogers. Thank you, Rogers.
A pretty incredible moment there for people that clearly were here early, waiting out the rain, and everyone, I'm sure it's going to be an exciting night here tonight. Rain or shine, everybody really hoping for a win so far that I've spoken with. But, you know, even if it doesn't come tonight, they say they're going to keep cheering loud, and they're hoping for the best for their Blue Jays team.
Sheehan Desjardins and Nathan Phillips Square at the watch party for us. Thank you, Sheehan. Let's take you across the country now to Aaron Collins, who's out in Calgary, and fans are gathering there at a local baseball training facility to watch this game. Aaron, what are you hearing from the folks out there?
That's right, Dwight. This is the next generation of Canadian baseball players getting hopefully ready to one day maybe take the field in the World Series of their own. Obviously, it's thousands of kilometers away from Toronto, but the excitement is building certainly right here. I'm here with a coach here, Spencer. Introduce yourself, Spencer.
Yeah, I've been around here since 7th grade, playing in the program, doing summer camps, coaching, working around the desk, around the store. Been around here for a while. It's a great community. Yeah.
What's the level of excitement here for the first game of the World Series just about to get going?
It's through the roof. This is the busiest that I've seen it during any particular season since I've been here. You know, the community, it seems to be getting really tight-knit. All the kids that are in the program, they're all sticking around after practice, watching the games. Staff, even just members of the public coming in and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
And you were at the last Blue Jays game, right? Tell me about that.
Correct, yeah. I was there. I think spirits were getting a little bit down coming to the bottom of the 7th there, but it's awesome that we've got that really deep lineup. You know, getting 7, 8, 9. They're all getting jobs done, and then Springer came up, and it's almost like you knew it was going to happen. The place was wild. There was hot dogs, beer, popcorn flying everywhere. It was awesome.
So you flew all the way to Toronto to take that game in. Who did you go with?
I went with my dad. Thankfully.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to afford it myself, but yeah, my dad is also a massive fan, my whole family, and he wanted to take me, and I wanted to go. It was awesome.
Okay, real quick, last thought. What's your prediction for this series? What's your prediction for tonight?
You know what? I want a hard-fought, long series. I want the Jays to win. I think Jays got it at 7. Tonight, they're going to start off hot with a win with the rookie on the bump.
All right, you heard it from Spencer. We're going to have a Jays win tonight to kick off the World Series, Dwight.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Spencer. And I think Spencer is right on that one. Our next two guests are having a watch party of their own at a home in Calgary. David Forma and his 10-year-old son Brady flew to Toronto to watch our Jays face off against the Yankees in Game 1. David has been a lifelong Blue Jays fan, and he has passed on his love for this team to his son. So let's start. Look at that. Love you guys there. How are you guys feeling heading into game one?
How you feeling, Brady? What do you think?
Well, hopefully they win, but I feel really good.
I'm feeling pretty optimistic too, Dwight. We're pretty pumped up.
I love the hats. I do. You went to game one against the Yanks with the little guy there. What was that experience for you like, actually being there in the stadium to watch live?
Well, I'll give you a quick soundbite. I mean, going back to all the playoff appearances, the World Series in the 90s, I'm 54 years old and from Toronto, and I remember even 1985 at the old Exhibition Stadium against the Royals. It's the first time, obviously, Brady is seeing a playoff game, but I'll let him describe how he felt. His favorite guy is?
Vladdy. I didn't know what to do when he hit that one home run. I was really happy.
All right, we understand you're watching this game 7, or you were watching the last game 7 at home. What was going through your mind when you realized that these Blue Jays were heading to the World Series?
Well, Brady and I, for the first probably 5 or 6 innings, were talking, gee, Dad, we have to get a hit soon. Gee, Dad, it's getting late. Gee, Dad, it's getting late. But Brady has always been optimistic with this group, right? And we always felt with the collection of guys and the number of comebacks they've had all season, the most in baseball, that we always kept the faith. For a guy like me, I was sitting on the edge of my seat with so much Toronto heartbreak over the years, but I can tell you, Dwight, I really felt this was gonna happen. I was so excited. I was just hoping for a single. When they got those 2 runners to second and third, I just wanted a single to tie the game. Brady was thinking big moment because he said before the Yankee series, what did you say? The Jays were gonna do what?
They were gonna hit some bombs.
So what did George do? He came up and delivered a big bomb. So we were thrilled. I was so blown away. I jumped up off my couch and I think I pulled a muscle in my calf. But I was so, it was an unbelievable moment sitting with my wife and my daughter, Ella and Catherine, and then Brady and I. But we had the faith that they were going to pull through. And I think this is 32 years for someone like me, and Brady's a big ball player himself. This is a huge thing for us. So we've got family coming. We're going to do another party tomorrow, and it's been all baseball all the time, but it's going to be, at least for the next week, it's going to be all we'll be thinking about out here in Calgary.
You mentioned heartbreak, so I know you are a true Toronto sports fan, so you know that for sure, because that's how we live in this town, with heartbreak. No heartbreak with these Jays so far, though. What does this mean to you? A long-suffering fan, you talked about Exhibition Stadium. I saw a game back in the 70s there. What does it mean to you to be back here in the World Series and to be enjoying it with that little guy there who was about the age when you started loving this team?
You know what? It's incredible. I coach here in our Cal West Association out in Calgary. Brady's been a big sports guy just for the last 4 or 5 years. Baseball's been our thing for the last 2 or 3 years. And it's really special as a parent. You enjoy being involved in sharing moments with your kids, whether it's coaching, watching them participate. But when you can bond over a lifelong sort of fandom of your own hometown team, regardless of where you are in the world or where you are in Canada, like everyone around the country is doing, it's a really special thing for the 2 of us. It was the first boys trip that we had ever done together when we went to Toronto to see that Yankee series. We stayed with my sister. We saw Brady's grandparents, my parents, Ed and Ann, and it was fantastic. So it's a really good bonding experience over sports. It brings people together, it creates community, and when you share it with your family, it's even more special, and it's really been really great for the 2 of us.
David, with so much pulling us apart right now, the best part of this is that this team is bringing this country together. Shout out to 10-year-old Brady, a Blue Jays super fan because of his dad out there in Calgary. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the game.
Dwight, thanks so much for having us on. And what do we say, Brady? Go Jays!
Hit some bombs.
Love it. Fans are also heading to restaurants and to bars to cheer on the Jays tonight. CBC's Dan Bird is out at a Boston Pizza near BC Place in Vancouver, Van City. Dan, what's the vibe out in Van City right now?
Half the fun here, Dwight, is people, and it's slowly filling up. We're just almost on the Friday. You'd think more people will be cutting work early to get in here, but we've already got the negotiation for where people are going to sit. They don't want to be too close to the giant screen because they crane their necks, but they want to have a decent enough plate to eat their potato skins and suck back their beers. So we're going to see more of the crowd coming in. The banners are up. People are excited, and yes, lots of Jays fans here, and all screens are on the game right now. So we're just waiting for that surge of people Friday. They're thirsty and they want to watch a good game.
So I knew that there were some Mariners fans hanging around Vancouver this last series. Question is though, anybody in there actually cheering on the Dodgers tonight?
It's a funny thing you asked, Dwight. I'm going to bring in Nico Ballerin, and he is from Burnaby, just outside Vancouver. Nico, thanks for joining us. You have a lovely Clayton Kershaw Dodgers jersey on here. Why are the Dodgers your team?
Oh, Clayton Kershaw, best pitcher I've seen. Still one of the best, retired this year. He's going down in history. He'll be one of the best. And
a champion to boot. What other connection do you have with the Dodgers? Because we know you're surrounded by a sea of Blue Jays series. You're a good sport.
I just like cheering for a winning team. Many visits to the World Series.
Yeah.
Couple wins.
Yeah.
Houston robbed him that one year.
Yeah.
It's just an all-around good team to cheer for.
How do you feel about this series right now?
Confident. Our pitching's locked down. Bats have been hot. Jays are going to be tough, but I feel confident.
What about this, perhaps, can we call it bitterness around the fact that Shohei Ohtani, a lot of Jays fans were really hoping he would sign with them, and he ended up with the Dodgers?
He wants a World Series. He wants to win.
Challenge accepted. Nico Ballerin, you're a good sport. All the best. Have fun.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. There you are. So it's not just the Jays fans. There will be some people cheering for the Dodgers. You know, there's a little bit of West Coast proximity here, Dwight, so we're going to see how this goes.
We're going to let you get away with it because of the West Coast proximity, but this has been a Dodger fan-free zone all evening. All right, we'll let one get in there. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's continue with some pre-game analysis from CBC's Paul Mulgorny. So good, I have to keep bringing him back. Tonight, we'll be getting up and close look at what could have been with Shohei Ohtani. He was on that plane. Remember, we were watching on the GPS. We thought he was coming. What are we going to expect from this superstar in this series? That might have been a J.
Well, Dwight, Ohtani has run so hot, but also so cold this postseason. We talked about that ALCS Game 3. Not only did he strike out 10, but he hit 3 home runs in that game. He changed the game all on his own. But before that, in the 8 postseason games before ALCS Game 3, he was hitting 188. That's not good. That's not dangerous. The issue is that at any time he could turn it on. And so which version of Ohtani will we get? Even if we get the ice-cold version of Ohtani that we saw earlier in these playoffs, he's always capable of doing damage. He's always capable of being a dangerous hitter.
Yeah, 3 home runs in 1 game. Very dangerous hitter. Let's talk about our hitters, though, because we got some pretty good hitters out there. We got Bo back tonight. What can we expect from the Blue Jays hitters, especially this kid they call Vladdy Guerrero Jr.?
Expecting big things from Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and I'm hoping we don't see nerves. We haven't seen nerves too much from the Blue Jays. We did see them at a little bit in Game 4 against the Yankees. That was a big moment. We saw it a little bit in Game 7 early on. Saw some weaker at-bats, not the at-bats that we're used to seeing from this Blue Jays lineup. So we could see some nerves. I'm ready to see some swings and misses early in this game, but they're such a dangerous lineup. They're so good at putting the bat on the ball. They strike out so rarely. They need to put pressure on Dodgers pitcher Blake Snell, and I do think that a couple of times through against Snell, as they get used to him, as they get used to the environment, the noise in that building behind us, I think they'll come around. I think we'll see them do some damage.
The fans. Talk about the fans of this team this season. Because, you know, we had some Americans talking about our team, trying to put down our team when they're getting like a couple of thousand people at their games. Dude, they fill this place every game.
Every day and all season. That doesn't happen. The fact that this place was sold out from July, that's not usual. That's not typical, even in big American markets. It has been impressive. They have been so loud. Every time there's 2 strikes, everybody's on their feet. Everybody's cheering. That's everything you want. We've heard so many opposing players talk about how hard it is to play here at Rogers Center.
And it is because of these fans. Thank you for this, Paul. We'll keep talking. The CBC's Paul McGowan, everybody. CBC's cameras just happened to catch a preview of tonight's national anthem at Rogers Center. The World Series comes with a lot of pregame pomp and pageantry, and it looks like tonight's performance of O Canada will be part of a big show. There's more ahead right here on CBC News Network. Stay with us. Welcome back to our special coverage ahead of Game 1 of the World Series. The Toronto Blue Jays will take on the LA Dodgers at Rogers Center in just about 30 minutes. And we want to bring in someone who has covered a lot of World Series and traveled across North America from stadium to stadium. Journalist Steve Futterman is here in Toronto. A special treat for CBC viewers, a special treat for me because I've been throwing to you in LA now for decades, it feels like. Also, Sam, no mustache. It looks younger, doesn't it? So great to have you here in Canada. Thank you for being here. Based in Los Angeles, let's talk about what you make of this series, because we've been fighting with you guys before because we had like Drake and Kendrick. Now we got the Jays and the Dodgers, and we got you here. Steve, talk to me.
Listen, the Dodgers have to be favored, but we've seen things happen before. One of my favorite series, 1990, Oakland versus Cincinnati, much like this. Oakland's going to win, Oakland's going to win. I remember running into one person who told me the Reds in 4, a sweep. I said, you got to be kidding me. He was right. You just don't know what's going to happen. The Dodgers have great pitching. If the Dodger pitching comes through, the starting pitching, they're going to be tough to beat. But the Dodger relief pitching this year has been iffy. You know, you just don't know. Vlad Guerrero can take over a series. Shohei Ohtani can take over a series.
I'm pretty sure you probably covered the Shohei to Toronto when we were dealing with that back then.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about some of the key players to watch in tonight's game.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the two big names are Shohei Ohtani and Vlad Guerrero Jr. What's interesting is, hitting-wise, we're not talking about pitching, but hitting-wise, Guerrero's doing better than Shohei. He has 6 home runs. Shohei has 5. And batting average, I mean, Guerrero's just blasting the ball, batting over 440. Ohtani's been in a bit of a slump. He had those 3 hits the other night, home runs. He's hitting overall, though, 220, and that's with the 3 home runs. So he's been in a bit of a slump batting-wise, but gee, anyone would take Shohei Ohtani on their team.
He's probably one of the best players ever, they're saying.
Absolutely.
Before I let you go, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask for a prediction. You're in Canada now, so the folks in LA, they won't even hear this. What do you think is going to happen in this series?
Listen, if you go with on paper, the Dodgers have a big advantage. And by the way, there are two teams in Los Angeles. Many people who are Angel fans do not like the Dodgers. They are Jays fans right now.
Jays, yes.
That's right. But listen, on paper, obviously, the Dodgers are the favorite team. But I remember what they were talking yesterday about, are you picking David or Goliath? And of course, who's Goliath? They say the Dodgers, but David beat Goliath, right?
That's a very good point.
Very good point.
Steve Futterman in the flesh,
yes,
not in
great
LA.
being
So
here.
great to have you in Canada.
Fantastic.
So great to have you in
Dwight.
Toronto. And one of the best journalists there is. Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, after 32 years of waiting, the World Series is back here in the T-Dot. We're just 30 minutes away from first pitch. Up next, a former All-Star pitcher for our Blue Jays, Ricky Romero. You're watching CBC News Network. Thank you, buddy. That was great.
Stay here in Toronto before this season. Is this exactly what you had in mind?
Yes. Yes, but the job's not finished. We got 4 more to go. I'm born ready, and I want it all for this city.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr., one of the big bats for our Jays. Let's dig in a little further into this Jays roster and their chances against the Dodgers. Although he's in LA, our next guest is no stranger to Toronto. Former Blue Jay All-Star pitcher Ricky Romero joins us now. Ricky, thank you so much for taking the time. You were at Game 7 with your sons. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was unbelievable from beginning to end. Right, the first 6 innings, not very much out of the Blue Jays offense, and then all of a sudden the big Springer home run was just amazing. And it was just amazing to see the fans. You're hugging, you're high-fiving random fans. And I was glad that I was able to be part of that energy, sitting in the stands. I felt the Rogers Center rocking. It was beyond anything I could have ever expected as a fan. And just to see people crying and just the happiness all across the stadium was very, very awesome to watch.
We're watching your little guys right now enjoying some video from that game. Now, we've made it to the World Series. How do you think this team stacks up against these Dodgers?
I think not very many people are giving them a chance, but if you match them up player by player, I think they match up great. I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays are not just a team that barely got into the playoffs. They're the #1 team in the AL. They won the AL East, and then they proved it by winning the American League Championship. So I think they're ready. They're built for this. John Schneider and company have done a tremendous job of getting these boys ready. I mean, I don't think if you look into that dugout, there is no fear when they're facing the Los Angeles Dodgers. Obviously, we know what the Dodgers bring to the table, what they did last season, and the pitching staff that they're coming in with. But pound for pound, I think the Blue Jays are ready. They're not going to be intimidated by whoever they're facing or whatever superstar comes up to the plate. This team is built to win. And, for a team that was in last place last year, I'd say this is pretty good. And at this point, you're playing with house money, and it's just go out there. Nobody's giving you a chance. What's the best thing that can happen is them go out there and prove everyone wrong and win a World Series.
You were born and raised in East LA, but you're also a former Toronto Blue Jay. I saw your kids wearing Blue Jays gear. Did you ever doubt that you were going to be rallying behind the Jays for this World Series, even down there in LA?
No, there was never really a doubt. I mean, obviously my roots are deep in East Los Angeles and the city of LA. And when it comes to the Dodgers, I remember the days when I used to go watch them at the Ravine with my dad and experience some wonderful moments from, father to son. And, spending a lot of time in Canada, in Toronto, my wife being from there, my kids being half Canadian. I mean, I'm so grateful for all my years with the Toronto Blue Jays. Until this day, being part of their alumni group has been beyond anything I've ever expected. And you just have those roots are a little bit deeper. I mean, it's cool. It was cool when I was younger rooting for the Los Angeles Dodgers, but you know what? At this point, I'm a Toronto Blue Jay, and I'm proud of that, and I'll be rooting hard for them, even here in LA.
We love to hear that, and we love when you were pitching for us. We're less than 30 minutes away from first pitch. How are you feeling? Any predictions for the game tonight, Ricky?
Oh, man, it's going to be electric. I tweeted about it earlier. I'm, having major, FOMO about not being there for Game 1 and just the atmosphere that's going to be going on throughout the stadium. I'm sure you're feeling it. Everyone's feeling it. I've had fans tweet at me and say how amazing of an atmosphere it is already. And predictions, I'm saying 5-3, Toronto Blue Jays win Game 1.
Former Blue Jay all-star pitcher Ricky Romero, we've adopted him. He's now Canadian, even though he's down there in East LA. Appreciate you, Ricky. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You are the champions. You are the champions. No time for losers.
In for the Blue Jays, that's the Toronto cast of the musical We Will Rock You at the Mervish Theatre. They took a break from their rehearsal schedule to perform Queen's iconic anthem, We Are the Champions, dedicated, of course, to our Toronto Blue Jays. You are watching CBC News Network. when Trey Savage takes the mound tonight. The first batter he'll face just might be the best hitter on the planet. Shohei Ohtani, the superstar, is in his second season with the Dodgers. Ohtani was born in Japan in '94 and began his baseball career in that country's professional baseball league. In 2017, he made the jump to North America, signing with the Los Angeles Angels, and a few years later he signed a record $700 million deal with the Dodgers, ultimately rejecting our Blue Jays after speculations of a potential signing with our team. Ohtani is a three-time MVP, and fans are buzzing to see what he'll bring to tonight's game. Here's what one of them had to say.
It's amazing, like, just to have this dream matchup for the Blue Jays and the Dodgers to go at each other for the World Series is amazing, but having someone like Shohei, a generational talent, it's something that you can't negate. He's unbelievable. He's probably going to go as the greatest of all time. And just being able to have this opportunity to face him is history.
So a massive following behind the Japanese superstar, which leaves our next guest in a tough spot. Isa Zisson is a Japanese Canadian living in Tokyo. And Isa, you're a hardcore Jays fan, but you're also an Ohtani fan. So how are you feeling right now?
Hello. I'm definitely feeling a lot of mixed emotions right now. I am obviously really excited because I never thought I would be able to watch the Blue Jays go against the Dodgers in the World Series in my lifetime. So this is a huge moment for me. It's just interesting though, because when you live in Japan, you just see Ohtani everywhere. He's in all these commercials. He's such a superstar here. And the Dodgers also have other Japanese players as well, like Sasaki and Yamamoto. So there's definitely a Dodgers bias here in Japan. So it'll be interesting to wear my Blue Jays outfit around town today and this week. But I'm very excited for today's game and for the rest of the week.
I was gonna ask you how big of a Jays fan you are, but I see you're wearing the shirt, and you said you wore that around today and you showed everybody?
Oh yeah, I am going around town with my Blue Jays outfit every day, every day for the rest of the week. Yeah.
I love it.
So
give us
I've
a
been,
sense of,
yeah.
Give us a sense of how Japan views baseball. How popular is it there?
Oh, it's really big. So our national sport is considered sumo, but we call baseball our unofficial national sport. So everyone loves baseball here. And in terms of MLB, it has always been popular, but I think recently more so because of Ohtani. And so we're all looking forward to the World Series here as well.
This is a wrong question here. They're telling me to ask you who you'll be cheering for tonight. I'm pretty sure you're going to be cheering for our Jays, but will you also be cheering for Shohei when he's up to bat, maybe?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I have a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to that question. But I'm going to be Blue Jays all the way for this series because I love my home team too much. And yeah, I'm just going to go Blue Jays all the way.
Now, I'm guessing that you're wishing that you were right where I am tonight, maybe in that stadium watching your team beat those Dodgers?
Oh, yes. I would love to hop on the airplane and go to Toronto right now. I'm sure the energy must be electric there, and I would love to witness it in person in the city that I love. So I am very jealous of you right now.
Isa Zisson is a Canadian baseball fan in Tokyo, and she's wearing her Jays gear and letting everybody in that Shohei Ohtani loving town who the best team in baseball is right now, and it is the Toronto Blue Jays. Good luck tonight. Thank you, Isa.
Thank you so much. Let's go Blue Jays.
Go Jays. The stage is set at Rogers Centre. Thousands of fans ready to welcome back the World Series after 3 decades. Up next, someone who knows how to get the crowd going. The songwriter behind that fan favorite, OK Blue Jays, coming up right here on CBC News Network.
guy. Wow.
You know the song, Max Kerman from the rock band Arkells, getting some Toronto school children hyped up for tonight's game. There will be thousands more inside Rogers Centre singing that same tune, the classic Blue Jays anthem. And we have a treat for you right now. Jack Lenz co-wrote the original OK Blue Jays. I'm not going to sing, don't worry. Back in 1982, he joins us now to talk about this tune's lasting legacy. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us. We're in the World Series, so we have to have you here.
Amazing.
A staple at every home game, reached gold status. You guys sold 50,000 copies. I mean, how do you feel about this song?
Well, you know, it's always been a source of joy.
Yes.
The afternoon that Tony and I wrote this song in '82, we laughed the whole afternoon because we'd never been to a baseball game, but we had to write about one. So you got a diamond, you got 9 men, you got a hat, you got a bat, and that's not all.
Did you have to look that up?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a gold record. Can we see the original 45? I had to take you out of the frame. Bring it out there. Look at it, eh? There it is, the original gold record. Your name's right there, too.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand, was it Paul Beeston, the general manager, who came to you guys at the time and said, hey, you need to come up with something? So how did you come up with OK Blue Jays? How were you able to get that jingle? And it's so catchy.
Well, it was so funny because he said, you know, the franchise wasn't very old, like 5 years old.
That's right.
So, you know, you couldn't promise too much. You could say they were okay. But, you know,
Is that why they were the OK Blue? Oh, my goodness.
So it was good that we put the OK first, right?
Yes, because it does rhyme with Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays are not just okay. You realize that, right? We are more than okay because we're in the World Series.
I know. And it's in D major. I don't know if you know that, but it's the happiest key in the world.
I love to hear that. How are you feeling being part of this excitement, being part of this team? Because this song, we do it at the 7th inning stretch inside the stadium. We get up, we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and we do your song.
Well, at my age, I do it just for the exercise.
The 7th inning stretch we're talking about?
Yeah. But, you know, it's always been, as I said, it's always been a source of joy. It was a joy to write it. It was a joy to be asked.
Yeah.
And it's lived for all these years, which is amazing.
And I understand that something special is coming up, like a few different bands are going to do different versions of it. What's happening with that?
For 45th anniversary, we're going to have Canadian bands do their version of it. A whole bunch of them.
So if you're out there and you're listening, maybe you can be part of this
The
too.
Arkells, we saw their little clip. We got to get them on the full version now.
And we hear Drake behind us. Maybe we can get Drake to jump on it too. Congratulations.
Thanks,
I mean,
man.
this is a great song. It's still going. And kids right across, I'm saying everybody right across this town are singing it.
I brought you your own 45. The vinyl is back.
You're making that up.
No, that's yours.
You know what? I'm old enough to actually know what a 45 record is. You understand that, right? Thank you so much, Jack. This is special.
Yes, man.
Jack Lenz co-wrote the original OK Blue Jays song, and look at that. To celebrate our World Series, I've got a copy of it. Thank you so much. Pleasure, brother. Pleasure. All right, thank you for joining us this evening for the special coverage of the Game 1 of the World Series. I'm Dwight Drummond. Sarah Galashan in Vancouver will pick things up for us next, right here on CBC News Network.
So proud of every one of you. Enjoy every single moment of this tonight because you guys earned the out of it. Let's go!
No, I felt great feeding off of each other and getting it done.
I kind of blacked out. I was just excited.
He's the best. He's the best.
Incredible moment for us as a team and an organization.